Hey guys! Oh wait, I don't even have it. Wait. Hey guys! Before I show you this, I just want to give you a little backstory, but I'm just gonna put it here so it's by me. So I'm not sure if you know this, but when I was younger, before I started my YouTube channel, I loved Percy Jackson. I loved Percy Okay. Alright. Stop messing with me, okay? As you can see, I loved Percy Jackson. Alright, let's get that past us. So when I was younger, I did love Percy Jackson, and so I made a book on Shutterfly, like a photo book, except I added text, so it was like a story. And it's called Hydra Battles. It's from April 2015. There it is. Hydra Battles by Weston, April 2015. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so wait. Okay, first, the photos in this are really cringy because I had to draw them on like a little mini phone. So these are really bad quality. Let's begin. So, wait, I can't even read this. Weston shoots water at the Hydras. Weston gets into a taxi. The taxi split in half with Weston holding on to both sides. When they were riding down the road with the taxi open, they almost ran into 3 trees. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not reading this very well because I have to sit over here so you guys can see it. Weston battles the Hydra. The Hydra blows fire at Weston. The fire is too strong for Weston's shield. Weston decides to use his water powers, but then another Hydra blows fire at Weston. The fire is really hot for Weston, and it burns his shield and makes his hand red. Weston cuts off the Hydra's head. Okay, so, I was telling my parents to type this. That's why it's so badly worded. You know what? I was 6, so Weston sees light balls floating in the air. He points to the light balls and thinks to himself, what are those things floating in the air? Weston is really hot and sweaty from the fire that the Hydras blew at him. Oh, I'm so hot and sweaty. Oh my goodness, it's a new Weston. Weston's friend fights the Hydra for Weston. There are 2 Hydras he has to battle. One blows fire. Ooh, so scary. The Hydras blow fire at Weston's friend. He tries to block it with his sword, then the Hydras smash his shield with punches and fire breathing. Weston's friend points his sword at the Hydras. I feel like I'm reading a story to like a bunch of little kids. Like, this is so weird though. Like, Weston's friend runs to the Hydras with his sword on his side. Weston's friend lifts his sword up at the bronze Hydras. It cuts off the heads of the 2 Hydras. Weston's friend is not happy. The Hydra's mouth opens up and its mouth is ready to blow fire at Weston's friend. Oh my god, okay, the teeth are in the wrong direction. They're facing outward, not inward. Weston's friend hops onto a piece of a red giant. His sword is glowing. Then he finds another Hydra and slices the Hydra in half. He makes his force field. Then the Hydra blows fire, but it does not burn him. After Weston's friend slices the giant's body in half, blue stuff came out of the giant. Then, all the red pieces fell to the ground. Weston's friend had the same bad luck as Weston, so Weston tells his other friend to fight for Weston's friend. What? But the shield was burned like Weston's shield. He used his powers to cut off another Hydra's head. He points his sword at the Hydra. Then he slices the Hydra's mouth open. The Hydra opens its mouth. Grammar. The Hydra opens its mouth. It is just about to eat Weston's other friend. Weston's friend makes another force field. He said, no one can get me. Then he makes a powerful force field to block the fire away at the same time as slicing the fire. It makes the Hydra mad. Cyclops is sneaking up on Weston's friend. Weston's friend makes tar. The Cyclops falls into the tar. Weston's friend is too angry. That was too cringy. Also, while I have you here, what are these? These are called comic books. I know, but I'm getting into comic books and I don't know why. But I have a bunch of comics right here that I want to share with you guys. So, we'll start at the back, which is the beginning. I'll just flip this over then. The Flash Rebirth. This is by Jeff Johns. So good. I love Jeff Johns. Did Jim Lee do this? I really like Jim Lee's art. Yeah, so this is 23 years in real life before they brought him back to life from, I don't want to spoil this one. Spoilers ahead. In the Cosmic Crisis, where he sacrificed his life. Crisis on Infinite Earths. So this is such a good one, but I also have Flashpoint here. The problem is that I read this after Flashpoint, but I should have read this before Flashpoint, especially since it takes place, and if you go to the end of it, look at all this writing. And that all leads to the Flashpoint, the DC Universe 2011 events. Should have read this first. So basically, what it's about is the Flash coming out of the Speed Force, but feeling like he hasn't. And Savitar, at one point, emerges out of his suit. When Barry tries to touch him, he turns to a skeleton into dust and just sort of falls apart. What happens is that Wally and all the other speedsters like Irie, they have this lightning seizure from the Speed Force. And so basically we learn that he's the new Black Flash. So Wally and the Justice League try to help him, but he runs back into the Speed Force, and that's where he finds Eobard Thawne, who then he realizes that killed his mother, and then they have an ultimate battle. And then I'm not going to spoil the ending. Well, I pretty much spoiled everything. Moving on. Flashpoint. Probably know what Flashpoint is about. Flash wakes up in a different universe and realizes that Thawne has gone back in time and changed the entire universe. So he finds a dark Batman, Cyborg, and turns out that Aquaman and Wonder Woman are going to war. And so pretty much they try to work together until Thawne comes. And he's like, oh, don't you remember? And then he resets his brain vibrations. And then it was actually Barry who ran back in time and saved his mother, which caused Flashpoint. Now we have the series. I don't have all the way to volume 6. I only have 3 volumes. These are of the New 52 Justice League. And New 52 was caused because of Flashpoint. But here, let's start with Volume 1 Origin. Volume 1 Origin is where it starts out 5 years ago, and it's pretty much where the Justice League, well, they actually haven't formed yet, but they're searching around, and parademons are coming all over the world, and they're stealing mother boxes, which eventually leads up to Darkseid arriving. And they're like, wait, Darkseid, why are you here? And he's like, for her. And they're like, for who? And they keep battling, and eventually they use all the 3 mother boxes to shove Darkseid back into Apocalypse. Oh, and then they become the Justice League. Volume 2, The Villain's Journey, is about a writer who wrote about them in Volume 1 Origin, a book about them, named David Graves, but he got a disease breathing in some sort of ash from Darkseid, which made him and his family sick. So he went to these gods called the Asuras, and they said and he got possessed by these spirits that feed on the living. And then the Justice League have to go after them, and they eventually stop him. But that's when David Graves realizes oh, that's not my family. And then basically Green Lantern quits, so that's what happens. And then there's Dawn of Atlantis, which I actually just finished today. It's about Aquaman and his brother Orm, who is coming back to attack the surface world with the Atlantean war plans, since there was a missile attack that went wrong and accidentally sent to the bottom of the ocean, which attacked Atlantis. And turns out it was Vulko who did it for Arthur for some reason. But yeah, that's what happened. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Peace out.
Hydra battles.